السلام عليكم يا شباب. انا معرفش مين معانا دلوقتي في اللايف. انا اسف، اللايف ده يعني طلع كده. صباح الفل يا اياد، وصباح الفل يا مايكل. معلش سامحوني، ده انا يعني كويس ان انا لحقت اصلا اطلع لايف. انا ده الظروف ان انا كنت عامل حسابي ان المفروض اللايف يطلع من الساعة 9 وبتوقيت الامارات، يعني دلوقتي الساعة 10. ببص لقيتهم لا، دول هم طالعين الساعة 10. فخلاص فاضلنا دقيقة ان شاء الله وهيطلعوا لايف. اهلا اهلا علي بي ار اكس، اهلا بيكم يا شباب. كله تمام. دي بي فرايتيز، انت اخباركم ايه؟ عم ابراهيم، طيب العمري، شنودة، الله يخليك والله، وشكرا شكرا على الكلام الحلو. هي مش فكرة عملة فاشلة او عملة مش فاشلة، هي عملة ليها يعني قاعدة جماهيرية كويسة. فأنا مبسوط صراحة بإني بغطي أخبارها، والناس مبسوطة إن هي بتتفرج على الأخبار، فبحب إن أنا أقدمها يعني. بس شكرا عامة يا أستاذ شنودة، والله بجد على الكلام الحلو يعني. واتشر جورو موجودين في اللايف ده. اوكي، ممكن يقولوا حاجة. مين تاني عندنا في اللايف؟ مين عندنا اونلاين؟ راغب، اهلا وسهلا يا راغب. مطولش علينا يا عم دي بي، يعني والله العظيم انا نفسي انا شخصيا ما اطولش، بس فعلا بتطلع لي ظروف، والواحد يعني بيحاول على قد ما يقدر ان هو يغطي. علي، اهلا وسهلا بيك يا علي. وعلي سالم، استمر انت مصدر على اخبار سيف مون. الله يخليك يا علي، شكرا ليك يا علي. شنودة ان شاء الله. انا يعني المشكله والله ان انا بس ما عنديش وقت، بس انا في نيتي ان انا ابتدي اتوسع فعلا لعملات تانية عشان نبتدي برضو حتى نغطي حاجات اكتر واخبار اكتر. فانتظر قريبا ان شاء الله. هشام، تحية من المغرب. تحية ليك يا هشام. عمر، شكرا، تغطية ممتازة. الله يخليك يا عمر، ان شاء الله يعني بحاول على قد ما اقدر. شكرا يا شباب. مارك، انا عايز اقول لك انا لسه مخلص الاكل حالا. انا يعني هي جت مظبوطة بالدقيقة، وبس بدور على الشاليمو علشان اشرب البيبسي، مش لاقيه، مش عارف راح فين. انا اقضيها من غير بيبسي بقى، مش مشكلة. هشام، تحية من المغرب. الله يخليك يا هشام. ابراهيم، عايزين فيديوهات وعملات كتير ان شاء الله يا ابراهيم. انا فعلا يعني انا بس عندي مشاكل كتيرة وظروف كتيرة جدا. ابتدوا ولا لسه؟ لا لسه. عندي بس ظروف كتيرة. لا ابتدوا
Hello, SAFEMOON
ابتدوا.
Army. Welcome to another SAFEMOON Sunday. I got Ryan, Global Head of Product here, and I'm John. I'm the CEO of SAFEMOON. How are you doing today, Ryan? One second. It looks like he's waiting to get brought up as a speaker. One second real quick.
شايف الأسئلة هجاوب عليها بس في الآخر خالص عشان ما نقطعش، وعلشان هبقى قاعد كده كده بكتب الأخبار يعني.
We are live. Can you guys hear me?
There we go.
All right.
Cool. All right. Welcome to another SafeMoon Sunday. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Another SafeMoon Sunday. I'm refreshed. I'm energized. I'm ready to rock and roll.
سامعين الكلام بتاعهم يا شباب صح؟
Great stuff that happened this week. All right. I just want to preface this. To all the naysayers out there who said the wallet doesn't exist, I laughed at over 350,000 users, and we did that in under a month. 4.9 to 5-star reviews. I think Android has, 20,000 plus reviews? And then 20,000 plus, and then iOS has thousands as well. So big accomplishment for us. Great job to the wallet team and you, Ryan. Really good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've not only I would say in that amount of time, but we can't forget the swap because the wallet's working off of the swap as well. So, we built the foundation.
Oh yeah. All right. So quick update on SafeMoon. So iOS launch, we're at over 350,000 users between Android and iOS. We launched the BNB Direct Buy. Bank transfer is coming for the US, but it should be available for the EU and the UK through MoonPay. We're also launching more swap pairs for BSC and Ethereum. Global headquarters is currently undergoing renovations. We cannot wait till we move into our new SafeMoon home. P.S. Please, people, we're not there right now. It's a construction zone. Please don't go visit the site. Thank you.
we see enough videos on Reddit, the private investigators going in and showing up.
Yeah, I think the FBI should just start hiring out the SafeMoon army because it took them 30 minutes based off of a side of a building and the mountain for them to find wigs. Yeah, even down to the suite we're in. So that top 10 most wanted would become 0. We'll do the job for them. Anyway, I digress. What's going on with the globalization, the language support, Ryan? Give a quick update on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now what we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to be servicing the communities that we already have established in specific countries. We've narrowed those countries down to 13. So 13 different countries we're building in language globalization for the app on both Android and iPhone. And that's also going to come with 4 different dialects. So was it 4? Actually, no, 6 different dialects. So 13 different languages, 6, and then an additional 6 different dialects. So we're working on that. Soft launch, we're thinking about 2 weeks for that. But that update will come in with a few other updates that we're going to be talking about on this AMA as well.
Yeah. Now, continuing down the list, we've begun onboarding additional BSC and ETH tokens onto the swap. So that feature, those will be added in. You'll be able to see those in the update. Mm-hmm. We're implementing a back-end onboarding process and partner portal so people can see the status of their applications, what's going through, what's going on. So a lot of great stuff there. We're also beefing up the security of our liquidity pool. So we can quicker identify scam tokens and even threats even quicker. So speaking of security, the encryption.
Yeah. So the encryption right now, we're on the tail end of it. Really great stuff. This encryption, guys, will allow us to have kind of, in a sense, a single sign-on for all of our different products. So, for example, if it's a SafeMoon product, the SafeMoon product will be integrated with this particular encryption, which means that there's standardization across all of our product lines. So, not only, and the way that we're going to do that is that we're also going to be allowing other standardizations. So, like we have bit39, will still be able to be imported into the wallet. But our encryption will basically serve as the master wallet and the master encryption method. So really exciting stuff. We're on the tail end of that, like I said, but we still need a little bit of time to do it right because obviously it's encryption and it's very, very tedious and very meticulous work. So we're not going to push anything out because obviously safety is number one. So we're going to make sure that we do that right. But just to give you guys a little idea of how that will work, that's how we're going to be approaching this. So that way that we can get the adoption and the users that we have already that are existing on the app will be able to click a button and then upgrade their encryption, accept terms, and basically that wallet will flip into the new standard and the SAFEMOON encryption.
Yeah, and that encryption is I had it tested by a group of folks, and they gave up after I think like 72 hours. Like, we have no way to measure our success against this, and they're like, "Screw this, we're out, we're done." So they gave up rather quick. Also, for you encryption nerds out there, it is NIST certified. So,
yeah, yep.
Anyway, we're really excited about that. I am as well. I mean, it's just funny to think about the bits of strength equivalent, you know, and then the computational requirement being so low to achieve that high bit strength. It's awesome. Anyway, we're on the tail end of that. We are launching the Reflections Tracker.
Yeah.
You told us about it. We heard you. We're implementing it.
Absolutely. Everyone did that poll. Everyone said this is what they wanted. And guess what happened? The dev team went to work. We started building and bringing to life exactly what you guys wanted. And this reflection tracker, obviously, we're going to want it because, I mean, this is SAFEMOON's tokenomics, right? So we got to have a reflections tracker. So this is going to set us apart not only within the app, but then it's also going to allow people to do different things on that reflections tracker as well. We've seen all of your guys' input, like, oh, can you add like a savings button where you can save your reflections or sell them? We hear you. And those are things that we can easily implement into this reflections tracker once it's done. So we're finishing that up, and, you know, hey, could be actually what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planning the reflections tracker update with the globalization in those languages. So we're going to have a nice, and the swaps that you mentioned, John. So we're going to be able to have all of those things packed into a nice big update for our next update.
Yeah, we're extremely excited. Let's kind of dive into some of the questions that were gathered by our amazing mod team and community managers. So, all right, I'm going to rapid fire this real quick. So when will tokenomics be updated to apply everywhere that SAFEMOON is listed? Now, okay, if you're talking about centralized exchanges, each one has a different, I would say, technical method of matching buys and sells. So on a DEX, it operates completely differently, and that's why you're able to do tokenomics in a much more efficient manner. On a centralized exchange, because it is centralized, it's the equivalent of, you know, a guy sitting there with a piece of paper and writing, this person wants to sell 5 tokens, this other person wants to buy 5 tokens. I will match this now. And so it's then adding reflections on top, or tokenomics on top, creates a complication for centralized things. And we're on 16 different exchanges. So we're having to work with each one of our partners. Now, again, same thing with Apple. We have no control over how fast they implement this. They do have their own development cycles, and we're working through with each one of them the best way to implement that on those exchanges. So I don't have a timeline for you on that, but SAFEMOON does have some amazing products coming out in the meantime that will be accessible, better quality, and more secure. All right, next question is, will there be a waiting list for the card? I think they're referring to the SAFEMOON card. Yes, no, maybe so. It just depends on the demand and how fast people can crank out cards. But we've got to work through the regulatory stuff first before we start issuing out cards. So how likely are we going to be in states like New York or Texas? Very likely. Again, regulatory stuff, we're working through it. Exchange listings, is there going to be more? The answer is yes. Is tokenomics, is it always going to be the heart of SAFEMOON? No, the heart of SAFEMOON is our mission. But yeah, tokenomics will stay with SAFEMOON. That's not changing. Is there any new expected delays that may happen? If they're expected, you'll know about it. If they're unexpected, you'll also know about it. So keep an eye on our socials. We'll let you know what's going on. And then recent liquidity pool moves. Anything on this? No, it's just we're moving liquidity around, whether it be support new pairings, whether it to be migrating it to V2 or migrating it over to the swap by SAFEMOON. No, there's nothing really to dig in on that. It's just we've been doing this the entire time. That's April's FUD. Leave it there. Beating a dead horse with that one. All right, let's go ahead and open up to the people here on the Twitter space. So let's get some volunteers up here on stage and ask your questions. If you want to talk about something, whether it be SAFEMOON related or crypto related, this is a discussion style. So let's go. Who do we have up first? All right, while the host is working through, oh, we got first speaker. We have a SAFEMOON shrimp.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. Thank you for having me up. I really like the idea that you guys have about the wallet and making it more strong. That's great. I was wondering on the blockchain itself, on the blockchain that we're on now, excuse me, they have a lot of dusting tokens and scam tokens, and I have about 50 of them on my wallet itself. I was wondering if the new blockchain that SAFEMOON is going to have, if that's also going to have measures to stop those kind of fraud tokens.
Yes, so we are implementing measures in that regard. But dusting is something that's always going to happen. And, you know, on the next SAFEMOON Sunday, or maybe an impromptu Twitter space or podcast, we'll get Thomas, our in-house wizard, to talk about dusting attacks, because he's going to be able to give a lot more information regarding that.
And let me input on that too, is that a lot of those dusting attacks, I mean, you're talking about the exchange part of it, but, you know, with our wallet, we can, and we have already thought about how we can implement features for smaller balances so that you can, you know, if there's a small balance under $1 that's still kind of left in your wallet that, you know, maybe was sent there by someone else or sent there by another transaction, that you would be able to just basically liquefy that, and then it just goes into our liquidity pool, and it's out of your wallet for good. So there's different measures and different things that we're actually thinking about on our end as well, because dusting has been kind of a common request from the community and how we approach that. So we are looking at through things as well.
That's great. So many little people just get taken, and it just breaks my heart when I see people get dusted, and they've been putting in just a little bit every day, and it's something that we need to put a stop to. So thank you.
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you indeed. So that's something we've been looking at, and that's not just a SAFEMOON thing. That's actually a crypto-wide thing that takes place. Mm-hmm. So again, I'll get Thomas up on here to speak more to that at a later date.
I also have a question about the wind turbines. Is it a proper time for that?
Yeah, wind turbines. Let's talk about wind turbines.
So the wind turbines, every time it turns, it's going to burn. Is that going to be burning because of the reflections that the burn wallet gets, or is it going to be a buy and then put into the burn wallet?
We're working through that right now. So basically, all the main purpose of this is to promote, you know, renewable energy, and show that it can work alongside with, you know, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. The turn and burn is just a nice little add-on that's easy to implement, but we're still working through that. But that's same thing with, like, how do we implement V2? Well, it's already done. It's just what's going to be the easiest way. But the first part is actually the logistics aspects of installing wind turbines, adding it to the grid, testing it, making sure everything's fine, and everything involved with that. So to include, what truck do you need to use to move these turbines across land to an area, measuring wind patterns to see where you're going to get the most optimal conditions for these wind turbines. So it's kind of it has a blockchain component and a SAFEMOON component, but there is the normal traditional, you know, utility energy aspect that we still are working on. Well, that we're working through right now. That needs to be solved first. They need to be installed, and then we add on top of that. So
there's a lot of talk in the community about basically, is the SAFEMOON going to be the commerce used in the trade of what the turbines produce?
Ideally, yes, but we're still working through that.
Thank you so much for my questions. I am shaking and I am really privileged. I look up to you, John. You and Brian, you guys have done great for us and for our community, and I really look forward to you. And I'm investing in both of you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you
you for the kind words, and
questions too.
Yep, thank you for the questions as well. So, all right, Jacob.
Yes, how's it going, guys? Thank you guys for everything you're doing. Ryan, you're killing it. John, you too. My main thing is I'm so excited about the V2 and the consolidation. Just really wanting to know if there's any kind of solid timeline on when it's going to happen.
Ryan, we're in the last steps with that, right?
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get it down to as close to 1 click, but I think it's going to have to be like 2 clicks. You know, yes to migrate, 1 to approve, kind of.
Yeah. So basically, what we'll do right now, just to answer kind of the timeline part of it, we're on the tail end of like Johnny mentioned earlier, we're going to be migrating that liquidity. Once the liquidity is migrated, we have the locks on our LP, and and basically that part is done. Then we'll be able to add the token. So the V2 token will be automatically added. That contract will be automatically added into the app. So you guys will have like a SAFEMOON. Like right now, for example, when you guys open up the app, you guys have a SAFEMOON token in there. Soon when an update comes out, you'll have the V2 token in there already added. And then what we're trying to do is we're trying to get that one button into 2 clicks. So boom, you send it to the contract. You say, yes, I want to convert. You approve, and then second click, you approve the transaction. And then those tokens would show up in that V2 token that you already have in your app. So that's how easy we're going to try to make this for everybody.
Okay, I mean, are we talking a couple weeks, or you're not sure yet?
Right now, so it's funny. So we're working with third parties. So in order to do that, we have to. I can't give it a date on that because I can't speak for the third party that we're working with. But everything on our end is ready to rock and roll. Once the third party can help us build out some of the technicals around the migration, we should be rocking and rolling. So it'll be really quick after that. So I won't say months. It's definitely not months, and I wouldn't even say a month. But
yeah,
we're pretty close.
Okay, and then the second thing is V2. I've seen a lot of talk about it. V2, will that allow us or help us to get listed on larger exchanges?
So the answer is yes, but the main purpose behind the V2 is an upgrade. Because SafeMoon, we want this to also be used for commerce. But when you have a 10% tax, 9 out of 10 people are not going to use it for commerce. They're just going to do the normal trading, buying and selling, the buy and sell transactions. To use it for commerce, you have to move that down to an acceptable amount. And so based on the research we did, that was 2%. So when you're transferring, let's say you want to go to get a coffee, and they're like, oh, we accept SafeMoon here. When you do that transaction with them, when you send it across, it's 2%. Now, 1%, it functions the same way as the 10%, where 5% reflections and burn, the other 5% liquidity. Same thing with 2%. 1% reflections burn, the other 1% liquidity. And again, remember, 9 out of 10 people aren't going to use this for commerce right now with the 10%. So we're missing out on 90% more volume in regards to commerce. So that's why we moved that down. Now, when it comes to buy and sells and day trading and stuff like that, 10% is still there. We're just adding more utility, adding more functionality, and this is by definition an upgrade of the version 1 token.
Okay, thank you guys for having me up here. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Jacob.
you. All right, Whale Watcher Guru.
Hey, how's it going, John? It's an honor being here and speaking with you. My name is Mike, and I'm part of one of the founders. And I have a question for you and the team. We were wondering if there's any exciting partnership in the works, and also do you see SafeMoon entering the NFT space?
So first one, exciting partnerships, yes, but NDAs. Not going to talk about that until we're ready to talk about that. in regards to NFTs, Ryan, you want to kind of talk about the
Yeah.
Apple guidelines and stuff like that with NFTs specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. So NFTs, so yes, definitely NFTs. The way that we're going to be going about it, though, is going to be within our ecosystem of products. So we have other products that have already pretty much been developed, are ready to rock and roll, that you guys, nobody has heard about. I don't think. Maybe people can maybe speculate, but those products will allow for the sales of NFTs. So that will be on web, that will be on mobile, responsive mobile, and we're looking at ways to bring that into the app. Now, of course, like I've said, I think it was last AMA or maybe two before that, or one before that. It was basically what happens is iOS is blocking NFTs. They're blocking NFT, at least the module for being able to sell NFTs. They're blocking that and they're rejecting those on the apps. So if we allow it on Android and we don't allow it on Apple, it's not really going to have a nice uniform experience for our users. So we're thinking of ways to go around that. But as far as the NFTs goes within our ecosystem, we still already have that planned out. We are definitely going to have NFTs within our other products that we're going to be launching. And that also ties into the V2, which is the 2% that John had mentioned. So when you're purchasing those, guess what? You're going to be able to be using the V2 contract and only be charged the 2% rather than the 10%. So there you go. Now you'll be able to buy an NFT with SafeMoon for 2% transaction fee rather than 10%. Yep. And I won't talk more about that, but that's basically what you need to know as of now and what we have planned.
Yep.
Reflecting back on you saying that you have been working on the NFT section, will we see a collection coming from SafeMoon or anything within that aspect?
This would be community driven. So we would be opening up kind of a platform, a commerce for community driven. So other people could offer NFTs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you, John and Ryan, for answering our questions. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. What's that background noise?
Someone vacuuming?
No. Yeah, sounds like a vacuum in the back. Or as they say in England, a hoover. They're hoovering. I think hoover sounds like a lot better, like a better description for what a vacuum is, you know? Yeah. Because that's what it sounds like, hoovering. That's based on the noise. Katharina, I think you have a lot of background noise going on right now. Do you have a question?
Oh, yeah, I do. Thank you for having me. I'm going to try to move to a more quiet place. Thank you for having me in the first place.
Thank you.
What I've noticed in the past SafeMoon Sundays is that there's not a lot of women, participate, asking questions, and any other women listening, please participate, because crypto is too much of a male dominance. I think more women should take part of this amazing world. I have a question about the wind turbines.
Shoot.
And I would like to know if the wind turbines are going to be controlled by SafeMoon, or if the wind turbines can be controlled by individuals. So maybe in the future, I can have a wind turbine as an individual.
So just to clarify the wind turbines, we're not a wind turbine seller. We're more of a utility provider, if that makes sense. So we have a manufacturer, third-party manufacturer we work with, who produces amazing wind turbines, and we've contracted with them, and we've put in a purchase for, I believe, a megawatt right now to start off with, work out the system and how it's going to be implemented, and then moving from there. But no, we're not the ones selling the wind turbines.
Okay, so it's going to be controlled by SafeMoon, and it's not going to be an individual participation.
So you have three different kind of levels when it comes to providing energy. You have residential, commercial, and then utility. When you're talking about like a residential unit, that's actually tied to the house, and that's called behind the meter. So that's actually tied to your house's meter, at least in the United States. And then that gets fed into the grid via your house. When you're talking about utility provider, that's directly tied to the grid. And that requires contracts, it requires power purchase agreements, it requires negotiations, it requires stuff that is done by a company and not by an individual person. So we're starting off with the utility side of things versus the residential, as the goal and purpose behind this is to help promote and help increase renewable energy across the world.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate all the effort you guys put in this. Thank you again.
Thank you. Katerina, can you mute your mic, please? Oh, thank you. All right, who is next? Ellie.
Hi, John. Hi, Ryan. Hi, SAFEMOON fam and Discord fam. I had a question. I missed a little bit of the last wind turbine, but my question is, with the job positions in Utah, one of them mentions that you want someone with sales experience. And so I'm wondering, does that have something to do with Project Phoenix? Does that have something to do with wind turbines or affiliates? Is that something that you can speak on regarding what that position is for?
Yeah. So that position is for kind of like an all-around role within the company. It doesn't necessarily apply directly to Phoenix, doesn't necessarily apply directly to listings, but it is a function that needs to exist within any company. It's mainly regarding business development. So that's what that role is for. But if you are interested, or if people you know who are interested, I recommend going to the website and applying there. And our HR department will go through the resumes, and if the resume and everything it's what we're looking for and the experience we're looking for, then you'll move on to the next step of the hiring process.
Okay, thank you. That sounds good. I was just curious if it was something really exciting in the future down the line. Thanks for taking our questions and everything you do. I really appreciate it, and I know we do as well. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. AJ, how's it going?
Hey John, how you doing, brother?
Good.
Just wanted to take a moment to say I've been in technology a long time. The speed and efficiency that you guys move at is just mind-blowing, man. Kudos to you and the team and everyone involved. The constant innovation that you guys are implementing and the speed that you're doing it with is definitely something to follow suit with.
Yeah.
Thank
Love
you, AJ. Someone recognizes it. Yeah.
Look,
it's always good hearing from people who are in tech too that say that stuff.
Absolutely.
People who are not in tech, they're like, well, it's just a button, right? But it happens automatically, right? You just put a button there and then it just happens.
How do you guys find 26 hours in a day? That's what I want to know.
I want to know that as well, but we somehow always do.
Hey, listen, my question is, and feel free not to answer because I know you're under a bunch of NDAs and whatever else, but are you allowed to give us a teaser of the next big move that SAFEMOON's about to do?
Ooh, how do I phrase this one?
We kind of have.
A little bit, but I would say, wait,
Connect?
Can I say that? Yeah, Connect is one of them. Connect,
I would say that's some of the more like near
compliance. And then I would say integration isn't the right word. I would probably use accessibility
That was the word I
across
was
the
looking
board.
for.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Amazing.
Follow the yellow brick road when we talk about connect. I would say that because we have fun. We have fun with that. That one will be big, and that's obviously using V2 too. So
yeah, and
all these things
accessibility in. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to talk over you, Ryan.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say all these things need to be in place before we roll out.
And I would say it's accessibility, not just in regards to SafeMoon, but in regards to cryptocurrency in general, is what's coming down the line. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good to hear, man.
Fun.
I'll leave you guys in peace. Ryan, we haven't spoken before, but good to catch up with you. John, look forward to catching up with you again very soon.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, AJ.
Take care, bro.
Thank you.
All right. Jay Settle 18. How are you today?
Hi, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope all the listeners are having a wonderful day. My question, I've been told, has been petty, but or isn't important. But in the wallet, it's specific to the wallet. I don't understand why all of the SafeMoon, if it comes from the BNB side or the excuse me, the ETH side, why it can't all just go into one pool so that all the SafeMoon is all together in one spot. You understand what I'm saying?
So
I think I know
is that a chain question?
Yeah, I think you're saying rather than switching the chains from Ethereum to Binance, you just want it to come into all one wallet and see all of your holdings.
Yeah, all together in one set.
Got it. Yep, definitely something we're already working on.
Oh,
so
okay.
This will be something. Yep. What we're working on is an option to just basically show. You could click all, and then you would be able to show all of your holdings that your wallet has. And so we're looking at doing that. But remember, if we do that change, then there's certain things that we have to remember. For example, Aave. Like Aave is a token that has both, BNB, or it's on, Binance Smart Chain and then Ethereum. So users might be sending the wrong Aave to the wrong wallet. So we're thinking through things of how we explicitly show the user, hey, this is the Aave, this is the Ethereum version, or the BNB, or the BSC version that you're sending.
Yeah.
And then they know before, because then that could be all bad. So we're trying to do it in a way that's not adds more risk, I would say, to the users.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of, yeah. And just to kind of like use an analogy here, a comparison, it's like trying to pay for something in the UK or in the EU with dollars, or vice versa. You have to convert it into the proper currency or into the proper chain. And so it's creating a system that automatically converts to whichever wallet that you're sending it to, which is easier said than done. So
yeah, especially when you start introducing other chains like Bitcoin and
Polkadot.
Yeah, that are like completely that are because Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain essentially are pretty much the same blockchain, right? They're like a fork. So it's easier to do it that way, but then when you start using other chains, it becomes a little bit more complex, I would say, but nothing that we can handle.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys are working on it, and I can't wait for it to be all one. So thank you for working hard, and just keep it up. You guys we're doing great.
Well,
we're doing good. Love this.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You as well. Thank you for the questions. All right. I think it's time we dive into a few more questions and then get some new speakers after that. All right. Okay, so when bank transfer option is one of the questions that was sent over. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong. Bank transfer through MoonPay is available in UK and EU, and they are working on US, correct?
Correct. Yeah. We just need to enable something on our end, and then we need to push an update. So this is actually something that we can start planning for before our next big update. So yeah, that's going to be coming soon.
Okay. Oh, looks like we had one speaker. Our host just let me know. SAFEMOON Champ, how are you doing today?
Hey, John. Good to see you. And Ryan, good to see you again. I have a quick question for y'all. John, the convention you went to, what did you learn? How can you apply it to the company? What was it like meeting the holders? And then what in Europe?
You cut out in the last little bit, but I'll answer the first questions. First off, Silicon Slope Summit is held almost every single year. It's a lot of Utah companies and other companies that come there to kind of learn from each other. They have seminars, breakout sessions. This year they had a bigger crypto component compared to 2019, what I intended last. Now, I will say, it was kind of rude of them to shove all the crypto and blockchain people into the back of the convention center, but it's all good, fine. But no, it was really awesome meeting members of the SAFEMOON Army and getting to talk to them, in person. It was nice being able to grab a coffee with them or just talk about normal stuff. It was nice. In terms of what we learned, I mainly went there for kind of more of the NFT side of things. Not because NFT is my main interest. It's just it was a knowledge gap for me, and I went and I saw a lot of the speakers there and their experience. I'm like, that's really awesome. I was able to ask a certain question in regards to how they deal with the new app guidelines and the ever-changing not regulation space, Apple guidelines and Android guidelines that come out in regards to NFTs. So it was really great. It was also funny to listen to some of the speakers quote me verbatim when some of the stuff they were doing, they weren't really doing 6 months ago. And so what I learned was people watch SAFEMOON and what we do at SAFEMOON very closely, and we are a disruptor in the space. So I think that was the validation that we are doing things the right way was one of the biggest things I learned there. So it was a nice little, I wouldn't say gut check, but a check on learning or whatever. So it was, what was that?
I was just like, heck yeah. It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Breaking the mold on so many things, baby.
Yeah, and it's funny to watch a lot of these bigger players quote us, and honestly, it's humbling that we're able to help push innovation in the space that was rather stagnant before we launched, and so super excited about that. But it was a good conference. I'm excited to go to AIBC here in mid-November. And continuing the I'm always seeking knowledge. I'm always seeking education. As soon as you say, "Oh, I know enough," you lose. There's always something more to learn. So, but no, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of an impromptu thing as well. So I returned back to the United States to handle stuff here, and I was talking to Dave, our VP of content, and he's like, "Hey, Silicon Slopes is next week." I'm like, "Oh, it is? Okay, yeah, let's go." So we got tickets and we went, and just wanted to see what's been going on. So it was a fabulous event. Really enjoyed it, and looking forward to being at the next one. So
that's great to hear, and thank you for turning the Twitter situation around. I know some of the mods they got onto you for a while about that, so my apologies. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and that comes. Thank you for the questions. It's. All of that we were able to fix a lot of stuff with the restructuring of the company, bringing on amazing people and amazing replacements. So we're really excited with the way the company is going, especially after the restructuring. We're able to move quicker, more efficiently. And, a lot of the blockers that we had from before are pretty much gone. So, yeah. So a lot of good stuff coming. But kind of diving back into the questions. So we talked about bank transfer. Dark mode is something everyone wants. I
I
think
know.
that one's more asked for
New
than,
UI.
you know, yeah, that's coming with the new
That's
UI that's well underway. And then, will the wallet have more accessibility features in the future? Of course it will. We're always focusing on accessibility, quality, and security. So, you know, yes, we're always looking at more accessibility, and even down to the BNB buy. You know, now you're able to get BSC or BEP20, Binance or BNB on the SAFEMOON wallet through a direct buy via MoonPay. And so that was one of the big features we were working on in the back end before the update came out. So, you know, it's more accessible. And then, of course, with the language support, Ryan, you know, that's a huge deal as well.
Huge. I mean, that right there just opens up so many more possibilities with, you know, more communities, because right now, even as it is, like, people that have their native language, they're still using the app, but then it's just it's not comfortable for them. Once we start opening that up to, you know, the 13 countries that we are, oh my gosh, we are already growing really rapidly with our user base. But once we start opening that up to the different countries, the languages, oh my gosh, like, I mean, we're going to be growing really fast after that point, you know. And then obviously that's with the accessibility part, and like you mentioned with the other features as well. Well, what else are we doing? New encryption. So the new encryption and the new sign-on, what's that going to do? That's going to connect to all the other products. So, yeah,
and then
a lot of stuff coming down.
The encryption stuff is, like, that stuff is just crazy. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It is just absolutely crazy.
It's so meticulous too. Oh my gosh! Like, when working, it's like it's so, like, the developers. When we're talking about encryption, it needs to be so perfect, because if it's not, what happens when people import their wallet or won't even be able to access their wallet? I mean, you're talking about very upset users. You're talking about their funds. Like, everything has to be so meticulous. So, you know, we know that people want it, and we know, like, oh, it's so important, but that's just something you cannot rush. And once that's out, though, and we're done with that, and we're already on the tail end of it, but once that's out, that's the piece. You know, we're building a big puzzle, and you can't see the full puzzle yet, but that's the piece in the middle. And then once you put that piece in, it's like, oh, now you can see it. Now everything makes sense.
Yeah. It's just bonkers how strong that is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and this is just one piece that we're able to talk about, but there's some other tech that we have coming out that's just insane. But I can't talk about it right now. So stay tuned for future SAFEMOON Sundays.
Little by little.
Little by little. You know, we're always striving towards innovation, you know. So, all right, next question I got is, how soon are non-BEP20 and ERC20 tokens and coins going to be available? I think we're looking at Bitcoin and Dogecoin ASAP in the wallet. So, and if you guys have any other ones, just you know, comment in Twitter, and we'll look and we listen, or go into Discord and, you know, talk about it there. So we're looking at Dogecoin and Bitcoin. So, and then of course, you know, other ERC and BEP20 will be integrated as well. So, yeah. All right. Somebody wanted to ask about Operation Phoenix, and whoever. Okay, this PDF, you spelled Phoenix wrong. You spelled it FPHO. It's PHE. So just a little feedback for the person who put this together. Anyway, so somebody asking, actually, I think I covered this a little bit with one of the questions from the community in the Twitter space. Will the wind turbines be available for purchase in the U.S.? We're not selling wind turbines. We're not selling them. We're installing them. So ideally, yes, we want to have some presence of it here in the United States, but we're actually focusing on developing countries first, as they need energy, and we're able to do a lot of good, more good than we can do here in the United States. We're able to have a lot more of an effect overseas in developing countries. So that's where we're focusing first. They should not be the last to get technology. They should be, you know, one of the first to get technology. So anyway, We talked about V2 a little bit. So these are some of the questions when V2, we covered that. 2% tax, is it going to be 1%, like the 10%? Yes. Specific process for how we get V2. Ryan, you covered that. Any idea when the burn will stop? No. It's not about when the burn will stop. It's when we reach a certain threshold of, how do I put it? You know what? I'm going to leave that for Thomas to answer on the podcast or on the next SafeMoon Sunday. So this is one of the questions that made me laugh when I was going over it. Is there going to be a time-lapse video of the progression in Utah development, like for The Office? No, I'm not going to pay someone to sit there with a camera for 12 hours a day, because that could be used for building more features in the wallet or Operation Phoenix. But I'm not going to pay someone to go sit there with a camera. So
it doesn't come out of the spelunking budget.
Yeah, the spelunking budget. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Oh, by the way, we wanted to tell one thing we missed, John, for the reflections tracker. For those listening, I know everyone's excited about this. There was someone in the community that did a design for how they think that their idea of how the reflections tracker should look with a graph, where you could do like Monday, Tuesday, do the different days in the 7 days. Yeah, so we're implementing that. So whoever in the community wrote that up or designed that, good job. We're implementing exactly what you basically put out on Twitter. So
yeah, we heard you.
Yep.
Yeah, we heard you. That was something that I think I saw that with another person as well. They're like, hey, this is kind of what we want. Be able to sort it down by the days. We're like, perfect. Yeah. We were already thinking about that, but it's getting confirmation from our users and from our community is great, because we're instantly able to understand, or not understand, but get feedback in regards to what do you want to see in the wallet. We're not shooting in the dark here. What do you want? Okay, cool. We'll build it. Done. So yeah, that's the questions that I have from that were submitted to us. So let's open up the floor again. This is a discussion style. Feel free to ask questions, bring up topics you want to discuss, whether it be SafeMoon related or crypto related or turbine related, So, you have a question? Raising your hand.
Yes, I do. This one is for Ryan. PM69 really wants to know why.
No, don't. It's a trap. Don't do it. No, do it. Don't do it. Don't.
Is it? Wait, I'm shooting in the dark here. Is it? Why is the price lower today than it is tomorrow?
Yeah, it's
very close. Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that guy.
Yeah.
It's that guy. Yeah. He got you, Ryan. He got you.
Fulfilled my obligation. Thanks, guys.
What was his username again?
PM69, which stands for print music.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good call.
He's a staple within the SafeMoon community. He's always there watching, ready to ask why. And then you go to answer why, because you think it's regarding a legitimate question, and then he hits you with that. So,
I think I answered one, and I said, why not? And then I don't remember if he answered me back or not, but I said, I think I know exactly what you're talking about now. It's funny.
Yeah. All right. Hornets.
How's it going? Just before I talk about this, I just want to say thank you to the whole team for everything that you're doing. John, I've just sent you a wee DM there just to make sure that it's okay to talk about that. The thing that I want to talk about first of all, if you could just check it, maybe. And just while you're doing that, if I could ask Ryan a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sure thing.
So, I heard you touched a little bit on NFTs earlier, and I'm guessing what you're talking about with the Apple issue is that they're blocking people from using NFTs unless it's purchased from the Apple Store or the App Store. Is that correct? Yeah.
So basically, the only messaging that Apple gave us. So the only reason we know this is because our very, very first version that we submitted to the Apple Store that got rejected. the very first version, they said, oh, you need to remove the NFT tab. Anything that remotely refers to NFT needed to be removed. So that's not to say that that's not to say that if we change the verbiage, that might not pass. I know that certain, other apps have like collectibles, they say, but here's the problem. The problem is that Apple wants to be able to make money off of those NFTs. And anything can be an NFT. So basically you could sell anything. But Apple, there was that, Epic Games, lawsuit that went through. So now it's kind of a little bit of a gray area where, they still want to have their 30% on those sales and those purchases. So it's kind of a gray area. So that's why I believe why this is kind of, just a hairy situation for NFTs and for the community, or at least for the entire space. But it was explicitly said in our rejection that because you have NFTs labeled, we do not allow that. And I'll leave it there. That's what it was. So there's other ways to go around it. There could be other ways to go around it. We're still exploring those, and we're still kind of, talking to, I reached out to another company, and I was asking them, like, well, what is the specifics? How did you get this passed? And the one that I reached out to, they had already had it on their app, and it was already approved from a long time ago. So this is kind of a newer thing that Apple's doing, just to kind of give you some clarity.
Okay, no worries. And just another thing with the NFTs, there's a lot of talk now about, I don't know if you've heard about crypto core and things like that. People are putting their songs out, and they're using the NFT as their artwork. So I think a good idea maybe for the wallet would be to put. I was talking to Papa about it as well, Thomas. He said it'd be a good idea if we could put some sort of small media player into the wallet, so you're not having to go to OpenSea to listen to the music. Is there some way to implement that?
I mean,
there's always a way to implement it, but when we think about features, just to let everybody know here, because you guys have amazing features, right? You guys have, or I should say, amazing ideas for features, and we can't implement every single one, but this is what we do. So just so you guys know and the community knows, when we think about features that we implement, it's A, will the feature be valuable enough to bring the users back to the app? B, how will the feature set us apart? C, if we implement the feature, will it bring back any type of value or burn back to the token? Will it bring back revenue to the company? How will that feature basically give the app more value and be worth it for us to build? So these are all things that we have to think about. So the example, the reflections tracker, well, that goes with B. That goes with, well, that's going to set us apart, right? And it's a staple. Our tokenomics are a staple. SafeMoon's tokenomics are a staple of what SafeMoon is. So of course we're going to, want to be able to capitalize on having a reflections tracker. So there's certain things, but then there's also other features that are amazing features, but it might not fit within A, all, or A, B, and C, all the things that we talked about. And then also where we're going, like SafeMoon Connect and, Phoenix and all of the other things that we have on our roadmap. So we really think about these things because at the end of the day, we have only so much time in a day and we have only so much budget. And we need to make sure that everything that we're implementing maximizes the user experience and makes it very attractive for new users and aids in our growth.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So, John, that diagram I sent you, is that sort of where it's headed, or?
I have not. I don't see it in my DMs. I get a lot of DMs, so I'll take a look at it afterwards, and see if I'm gonna go sift through my DMs and see if I can find it. So,
it's just sort of using nodes in your turbines, and sort of
I haven't been able to look at the diagram to comment on that. So I'll look at it and see if I can comment on it, and then I'll let you know. So.
Okay, yep, no worries. That'll do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Jeff.
Hi guys, I just had a quick question here. I was wondering with the we were kind of waiting to release V2 till after iOS was out, and now we're waiting on third parties. I was wondering what effect that's having on the release of the exchange and the blockchain, like timeline wise.
Well, when we have timelines, we'll give that out. In regards to what effect that it has, it's a different product line, V2. And it's, remember, we're always focused on accessibility, quality, and security, and we have to make sure it hits all of those points. And so this is coming down to the accessibility aspect, you know, getting it down to as close to 1 to 2 clicks as possible. You know, we covered this a little bit earlier on the SAFEMOON Sunday. In regards to the exchange, we're actually looking at that. So building a centralized exchange is not hard. It's not, it's literally just an order book. It's the compliance aspect that takes all the work. And those of you who are either in the industry or provider in the industry like us, it's, you know, like it all comes down to legal when it comes to operating an exchange. And so we're working through that aspect. The actual building of an exchange is not hard. And honestly, centralized exchanges is old technology. You know, we're talking about like dial-up versus 10 gig fiber optic internet when it comes to DEX stuff. And so we're looking at, 1, the compliance aspect of it, and 2, how do we do it better? How is it done in a more efficient manner? And how are we able to provide a more accessible, quality, and secure experience for our users? You know, if we wanted to just whip out an exchange and throw it up there and say, hey, look at our exchange, it's so great, you know, go username, log in, get a KYC done, blah, blah, blah. That can be implemented really fast, really quickly. Yeah. But we're doing it the right way the first time. So in regards to the blockchain, you know, I'm going to save that for our wizard to talk about. You know, we've got some great and amazing stuff. Again, it's about providing a very accessible, high quality, and secure experience for our users and our holders and our community. And with the blockchain, you know, we're looking at doing it in a better manner, not just forking Ethereum and calling it a day. We want to add some extra little secret sauce on top of that we're not going to comment on at this time. So.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Cool. Oh.
Hi again. Sorry to keep popping up. This time, Gandalf, the wizard scholar, has asked if you guys can pull him up. He said he has some important questions.
Sure thing. If they are super technical, I'm just going to say, hey, let's have Thomas answer those for you. But for other stuff, yeah. So if we can find him, we'll bring him up.
Okay. He's one of the scholars, and he does Mooncasts. So he just said he had some questions and liked to speak. So I just said I would pass it along.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
So once we get him up here, I think these are going to be our last few questions. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So while the host is going through and getting that person up, we're going to go ahead and conclude it. You know, I just wanted to say that this has been an amazing month, and I mean, honestly, we've done more than other technology companies, you know, in such a short amount of time, and that's because we work quickly and efficiently, and we focus on our users. You know,
it's funny, John. Remember that AMA we had where we were like, "We're just bear with us. We're laying the foundation." And we were like, no, we need to lay the foundation so that we can start adding features faster, but we need to make sure that we lay a scalable foundation. And it goes back to that, you know, and it was like, just trust us, just have faith in us. And that's the reason that we were able to now push out these features as fast as we are and continue to innovate.
Yeah. Mick.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Mick.
Hey, man. Well, first off, I'm a vet like you guys, so it's always good to see vets doing good in the world. And I appreciate what you guys are doing. So my question, fun question. You guys are, when you were talking about dark mode, dark mode's pretty easy, like with wallets and stuff like that. And you guys are always trying to be different. I always thought it was cool if you guys could do like a customizable color palette where the community can actually set their wallets to different colors. Is that something you guys could ever implement or would be interested in?
So it could definitely be something we could definitely implement it. It would just go back to the A, B, and C that I mentioned. Is something like that? Would we be able to do it in a budget that makes, or in a time frame, I should say, because we have the budget, but within a time frame that I say that won't take away from other features that the community will want? You know, for example, for example, that was on the slate and we were saying, okay, we were going to do that, but then everyone wants the reflections tracker, then, you know, that feature would take away from something that everybody else really wants a lot more. So what we've done is we do a lot of polls. We listen to the community. We hear what the community wants. And that gives us a great, I would say 90% to 99%, you know, success rate on our targeting. And it allows us to really push features. So if that's something, put it up on Twitter, see how viral it goes. Talk to other people about it. If people are sharing it more and they're like, yes, we want this, then obviously it's something that people want and it resonates with people. And then then we hear, then we listen, you know, and that's kind of the way to approach it. And I'm not saying that we will do it or we won't do it, but things like that, if what you're saying resonates with other people on this AMA, then maybe other people will bring it up and maybe they'll say, that's what we want. We really want that. Or they'll maybe say, oh, it sounds like a great nice to have or a great wish list item, but, you know, encryption is way more important and I would rather resources and time go to that. So things like that. But
absolutely.
Yeah, it's prioritizations of work, you know. So
yeah.
Cool, man. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Mick.
All right, Mitch and Mick. Mitch, how's it going?
Good, guys. How you going?
Good, Mitch. How you doing?
Good. Hey, I'm looking at. I've got multiple different wallets, and I want to be able to access the wallets all through the SAFEMOON wallet with just one click and one password, or one click and a different PIN code for each of those different wallets. Would that be something that would be on the accessibility side of things?
So that's exactly what we're looking into. So multiple wallets. So what we're looking into is to have a feature that basically within your settings or within your profile of your, basically be in go into settings and then go to profile, and then you would have import wallet, and then you could import or add additional wallet, and then you go through the import process, import that wallet, and then through your existing wallet you would have viewers, you could access and view the different wallets by just clicking like a drop down, you know, or clicking a tick box that basically switch you between the wallets. That's how we're looking at doing it for the multiple wallets.
Yeah, that's what's going to be very handy, because a lot of people out there probably the same, you know, safety and security and multiple wallets with different balances for different goals in life as well, so that, you know when to buy, sell, and swap out at different times.
Oh yeah. Multiple wallets, I'll tell you right now, is definitely a feature that we will be doing, and it is on our pipeline. So rest assured, you guys are definitely being heard on that one.
I've got another one on the UI for the calculator. It is a little bit of a petty thing, but my when I look at the calculator, and I look at the addition and the subtraction button, I wish that those two buttons were swapped around so that the addition button was as close to the equal sign and the subtraction button was in the middle there, because that, you know, all of the basic Android wallets, all of the basic iOS wallets are on that layer, and it's just a different layout to all of the rest of them.
Yeah, got it. Okay, noted. Yeah, noted.
Yeah,
I will tell you, we have a whole new UI coming out though. So whatever you guys see on this, be prepared with the new one. The new one's going to be
it is so nice.
Yeah, it's going to blow it out of the water. Yeah.
Looking forward.
Light mode and dark mode. Light mode and dark mode, by the way. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
guys,
right,
can I just ask one more question about the wallet? Just quickly.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
It's just regarding the V2. Will everyone need to be on the SAFEMOON wallet to access V2?
So that's going to be the easiest way for people to migrate. We're still working through that. So we'll have more information when migration comes. So, and on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this SAFEMOON Sunday. Ryan, thank thank you for staying up and
Yeah.
hopping on the SAFEMOON Sunday with me and
I
talking through
wouldn't
the
miss it
features
for
of the
the world,
wallet.
brother.
Oh yeah, I want to thank all the speakers for coming up and asking their questions. And I want to thank the SAFEMOON Army for tuning in. You know, this was a good SAFEMOON Sunday. I hope we were able to answer all your questions. And if not, you know, in 2 weeks, we'll have another SAFEMOON Sunday for you guys. So anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I'm John. I'm the CEO of SAFEMOON.
And I'm Ryan, the global head of products for SAFEMOON.
We are SAFEMOON. We are family. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, guys.
طيب يلا بينا يا شباب. معلش يا شباب انا ما حبيتش اترجم والميتنج شغال عشان بس ابقى مركز برضو واكتب الحاجات المهمة. هقول لكم دلوقتي كده بالظبط، ثانية واحدة. هقول لكم دلوقتي بالظبط ان شاء الله ايه الحاجات المهمة. طيب مبدئيا هو في كلام كتيرة جدا اتقال ومش كله مهم، يعني الميتنج كان طويل. في حاجات كان ممكن يعني بس في ناس كانت بتسأل أسئلة حاجات متكررة. يعني ايه الحاجات المهمة؟ مبدئيا في ان شاء الله قريب سبيرز جديدة في السواب هتطلع في المحفظة. يعني دلوقتي احنا عندنا المحفظة البير بتاع السيف مون والبي ان بي والبي يو اس دي، بس المفروض ان شاء الله قريب في بيرز جديدة. الكوينز اللي في ناس سألت على الكوينز اللي هي الموجودة دلوقتي على المحفظة ERC20 وبيب 20 بس. فجان قال احنا هنبقى شغالين على الكوينز على بلوك تشينز تانية، واولهم طبعا البيتكوين والدوج. في لانجويج سبورت ل 13 لانجويج تانيين، هيغير يعني هيحطوا لغات زيادة ل 13 لغة، فيما فيهم 6 دايلكت او 6 لهجات مختلفين. والمفروض ان السوفت لانش او التارجت بتاع السوفت لانش بتاعهم ان شاء الله هيكون في خلال اسبوعين. شغالين على ان هم يزودوا السكيورتي بتاعت الليكويديتي بول بتاعهم. دي مهمة طبعا علشان هم الليكويديتي بول ده هيبنوا عليه حاجات كتيرة عشان هيبقى فيه بيرز تانية. ايه كمان؟ دي برضو حاجة كويسة. الانكريبشن اللي هم شغالين عليه من زمان بتاع النست سيرتيفيكيشن اللي احنا كنا اتكلمنا عليه قبل كده برضو. ده يعني سيرتيفيكيشن او حاجة اللي في الانكريبشن في التشفير، واخدة شهادة من الجيش الامريكي. يعني المفروض انت المحفظة بتاعتك لما بتعملها بتبقى بال12 كلمة العاديين بتوع اي محفظة. هم عايزين يعملوا حاجة تانية اعلى، فالطريقة اللي هم هيعملوها بيها على حسب شرحهم يعني هتبقى ان انت دلوقتي عندك محفظتك اللي انت شغال بيها بال12 كلمة، محفظة السيف مون. ممكن تكون اصلا انت جايبها من على والت تراست والت او ميتا ماسك، بس هي موجودة على محفظة السيف مون. وفي نفس الوقت هتقدر ان انت تعمل ابجريد للسكيورتي بتاعت المحفظة بتاعتك. قول مثلا انت عملت يوزر نيم وباسورد، خلينا نبسطها. هي المفروض هتبقى اعقد من كده، هم لسه ما قالوش ازاي، بس خلينا نبسطها. هتبقى عامل مثلا يوزر نيم وباسورد على سيف مون، تمام؟ اليوزر نيم والباسورد دول تحتيهم المحفظة بتاعتك اللي هي فيها ال12 كلمة. على حسب يعني انا ببسطها، هم مش ده اللي هم هيعملوه، بس هو بالفكرة هتبقى كده، لان دي هتبقى تحتيها اكتر من سيرفيس، مش بس على حسب كلامهم برضو مش بس المحفظة. يعني بعد كده مثلا هتبقى عندك اكاونت واحد فيه اعلى سيكيورتي موجودة، تحتيه المحفظة، تحتيه المنصة، تحتيه ايا كان بقى البرودكتس التانية اللي هم يعملوها. ده بالنسبة للسيكيورتي. ومفروض كمان في ريفليكشنز تراكر. الريفليكشنز تراكر ده اللي هنا موجود عندهم على الويب سايت بتاعهم. ده لما بتحط المحفظة بتاعتك هنا بيجيب لك الريفليكشنز اللي انت خدتها، وكل يوم بتاخد ريفليكشنز بشكلها عامل ازاي وقيمتها قد ايه. ده برضو حاجة من الحاجات اللي هتتحط في المحفظة. بعد كده دخلوا في الأسئلة. الأسئلة اللي اتسألوها كانت في امتى هيبقى فيه التوكنومكس على كل المنصات المركزية. جون قعد يشرح، هشرح لكم في الفيديو ان شاء الله لما نسجل. جون قعد يشرح ليه الفرق بين التوكنومكس على المنصات اللامركزية والمنصات المركزية، وفي النهاية قال ان كل منصة مركزية بتعمل حاجة بطريقتها هي، مش زي المنصات اللامركزية اللي هي كلها شغالة بسمارت كونتراكت واحد، فهم ما يقدروش ان هم يتحكموا فيها زي ما هم ما يقدروش يتحكموا في ابل مثلا. كان بيشبهها بموضوع بتاع ابل والتأخير اللي حصل في المحفظة، علشان هم مش هم المتحكمين يعني. واحنا شغالين واحنا موجودين على اكتر من 16 منصة، فكل واحد فيهم لازم يعمل الموضوع ده بطريقته، ولازم التكنيكال تيم بتاعه هو اللي يشتغل عليها. فمن الاخر كده مش عارفين امتى حاجة زي كده هتحصل. ايه كمان؟ اتسأل برضو سؤال تاني على السكيورتي. الحتة دي ممكن احتاج ان انا ارجع اسمعها تاني عشان كنت بكتب فيها. بس هو انا من اللي سمعته هو ما قالش ديتيلز كتيرة او ما قالش تفاصيل كتيرة على موضوع السكيورتي على المحفظة من ناحية الحماية قصاد مثلا حد بيعمل داستنج اتاك او اي حد بيسرقك يعني، او اي حد بيحاول ان هو يسرقك. بس الداستنج اتاك ده اللي ما يعرفش، انت مثلا ممكن بتشتري خلينا نبسطها شوية على باينانس. انت ممكن مثلا بتشتري حاطط مثلا سي $10 او $100، بتشتري بيهم مثلا بيتكوين. انت لما بتعمل عملية الشراء بتحط $100، انت في الحقيقة اللي بيطلع في الاخر اللي بيتصرف مثلا $99 و85 سنت، مثلا بيبقى لك 15 سنت. قيس بقى على كده لو انت عندك مثلا 100 عملة او 1000 عملة شاريهم مثلا، فبيلموا ارقام في الاخر صغيرة. في ناس بتقدر ان هي تسرق الارقام الصغيرة دي بطريقة او باخرى بدون الدخول في تفاصيل تقنية يعني. فانتوا ايه الحل اللي انتوا هتعملوه اللي يحل مشكلة زي دي؟ لو حد برضو بيستخدم باينانس او اعتقد كمان موجود على جيت اي او، في على باينانس حاجة اسمها convert to BNB، اللي هو انت بتحول العملات اللي موجودة دي او الدست اللي موجود ده او السمول اسيتس عندك لبي ان بي. يعني بتجمع مثلا 5 سنت، 10 سنت، 85 سنت، $1، $2 ان شاء الله. حتى انت ممكن تختار اصلا لو كمية كبيرة، مش شرط تكون دست بس، ممكن تبقى كمية كبيرة $10 او $50، وبتعمل لها كونفرت البي ان بي وبتتجمع كلها وبتتباع في الاخر مقابل البي ان بي، وبتاخد بيها بي ان بي يعني عشان يبقى حاجة ليها استخدام، بدل ما يكون في عندك 100 عملة كل واحدة فيهم ب10 سنت وواقفة عليك بخسارة يعني. فهم عايزين يعملوا حاجة شبه دي، او هم لمحوا بمعنى اصح ان هي حاجة شبه دي ممكن يقدروا يعملوها، وان انت تبدل بسيف مون او بعملات تانية. هم ما اكدوش على الموضوع، وزي ما قلت لكم انا في حته صراحه فوتها في النقطه دي، فهرجع لها تاني وانا بعمل الفيديو واقول لكم تفاصيل اكتر عليها. في ايه كمان؟ التوربينات. مصطفى احنا لسه بنبتدي، ما تقلقش يا مصطفى يعني، او مش بنبتدي لسه بنقول يا هادي. هم خلصوا الميتنج بتاعهم، انا لسه ابتديت اترجم اهو، وكده كده ما تقلقش هعمل فيديو بالتفصيل. التوربينات اللي الكلام على التوربينات في الويند توربينز في الميتنج كان ان هجيب لكم ملخص برضو. التوربينات دي من الاخر كده اللي هيحصل ان سيف مون هي اللي هتشتريها وهي اللي هتشغلها وهي اللي هتبيع الكهرباء اللي جايه منها. ده الملخص برضو، مش شرط ان ده يكون كل حاجة، لان هم مش حابين ان هم يعرضوا تفاصيل كتيرة. بس ده الكلام اللي جون لمح ليه، لان في حد سأله، كان في ناس بتقول ان انت كده ممكن مثلا تشتري توربينات. انا مثلا خالد، انا كشخص التوربينة دي مثلا $10,000، انا اشتري واحدة واحطها عندي في الجنينة بتاعت بيتنا او مثلا في اي حتة يعني. انا ما عنديش جنينة في بيتنا بالمناسبة ادي مثال، بس يعني اشتري توربينة واحطها مثلا في الشارع او في اي حتة. ومنها مثلا اعمل مايننج، كاني كده ببقى انا الفاليديتور بتاع البلوك تشين. في ناس اقترحت حاجه زي كده يعني. فجون يعني الكلام اللي هو قاله، لا محدش هينفع يشتري التوربينات دي، او احنا مش جايين علشان نبيع التوربينات دي. التوربينات دي معمولة علشان التجارة وتحسين الطاقة المتجددة. حد سأله دي هتبقى في أمريكا ولا هتبقى فين؟ قال له هتبقى ideally أو يعني في نية إن هم يحطوها في أمريكا، بس نيتهم الأساسية إن هي تكون في البلاد اللي هي الدول العالم الثالث بيقولوا، أو اللي هي الدول النامية، علشان هم يستحقوا حاجة زي كده الأول يعني. محمد لما اجي عنها يا محمد يا جلال موضوع الفي 2 ده هقول لك. بس انت كلامك صح بس ناقص، كلامك صح بس ناقص، لما نيجي فيها هشرح. V2 working with third parties. بالنسبة للفيتو هجد دلوقتي. بالنسبة للفيتو اتسألوا برضو امتى الفيتو، الناس كلها بتسأل امتى الفيتو. برضو ادى نفس المثال بتاع ابل، احنا شغالين مع third party مع شركات تانية علشان نعرف نظبط الفيتو ده، مش هنقدر ان احنا نتحكم في الوقت بتاعهم. يعني اعتقد من اللي فهمته بالمنظر ده الفيتو تكهنات طبعا، ممكن ان هو تعمله عن طريق ان انت بتبعت فعلا الكوينز بتاعتك لثيرد بارتي او لشخص تاني لشركة تانية، وهي الشركة دي بتعتبر مثلا وسيط او ايا كان، وهي اللي تبعت لك الكوينز. ايه كمان اتسأل هل الفي 2 ده معمول علشان يساعدنا ان احنا يتعمل لها ليستنج على منصات تانية. فجون قال هو الفي 2 هيساعدنا بس هو مش معمول عشان كده، الفي 2 معمول خصيصا لأهداف التجارة، علشان ال10%، النسبة ال10% دي كتيرة جدا، و كانت اكتشفنا ان هي ال2% دي بعد التحليلات اللي احنا عملناها هي اكتر نسبة مناسبة. ال2% اللي هتتعمل دي هتتقسم نفس التقسيمة بتاعة ال10%، ده أكدها جون. 1% هتبقى ريفليكشنز، 1% هتروح الليكويديتي بول. NFTs اتسأل على ال NFTs. دلوقتي ال NFTs المفروض ان هم الابليكيشن بتاعهم اول لما كان هيطلع بال NFT تاب، بس ابل زنقاهم في حتة ال NFT دي، او مش حابة ان هي تساعد. وعلى حسب كلام راين ابل عايزة تطلع فلوس ال30%. ابل كده لما انت بتشتري اي حاجة من على مثلا من تشتري لعبة، او مثلا دخلت على لعبة واللعبة دي مثلا حاجة ب$100، سكن ب$100 او جواهر ب$100 مثلا، هم بياخدوا $30 من ال$100 دي، او 30% من اللي انت بتدفعه. فابل حابة ان هي تحط رجلها في الموضوع على حسب كلام رايان، طبعا انا صراحة معرفش المعلومة دي. وهم عشان كده بيرخموا على اي حد حابب ان هو يحط NFT، لان هم مش عارفين يحطوا ال30% اللي هم عايزين يعملوها دي لحد دلوقتي. والناس وعلى برضو على حسب كلام راين اللي عملها من قبل كده، فعشان كده من قبل ما ابل تبتدي تبص في حتة ال NFT دي، فهم هربوا يعني من الاخر وعدوا من ابل قبل ما ابل تبتدي ان هي تدق في موضوع ال NFT ده. بيقول لك في ممكن طريقة، في أكتر من طريقة إن إحنا نلف وندور حول موضوع ال NFT ده، وممكن نحطها collectibles زي Trust Wallet موجود عليها collectibles، وميتا ماسك أعتقد. ثانية أبص على ميتا ماسك عندي على التليفون علشان أنا تقريبا متأكد بس هي اسمها NFT على ميتا ماسك مش collectibles. على Trust Wallet اسمها collectibles دي أنا متأكد. على الميتا ماسك اسمها NFTs. بصراحة مش عارف هما بيرخموا عليهم ليه صراحة. بس مهم ايه كمان. تقريبا حاجة من الحاجات اللي هيعملوها علشان هم عايزين ال NFT ده يكون متاح على الويب وعلى الابليكيشن وعلى كل حاجة. برضه هو ما قالش حاجة زي كده بالتفصيل، بس لمح ان هم ممكن يستخدموا الابليكيشن او ال NFTs على الويب. بمعنى ان انت مثلا نخش مع محفظة السيف مون، ممكن تخش جوه محفظة السيف مون ويبقى في مارك مثلا هتلاقي NFT ماركت بليس. ده الهدف بتاعهم ان هم يعملوا NFT ماركت بليس على الابليكيشن. فهم مش هيعرفوا يعملوا كده عشان ابل محتاجة ان هي عايزة تحط ايديها في الموضوع وتاخد نسبة من اي حاجة بتتباع وتشتري هناك. فهيعملوا مثلا ان هي تبقى الابليكيشن بتاعهم ياخد من الويب سايت مثلا. يعني هينزلوا ال NFT ماركت بليس على الويب سايت، وانت تفتح الابليكيشن يفتح لك نسخة من الويب سايت. من الاخر يبقى الابليكيشن ده عبارة عن شباك للويب سايت، لكن مش هيكون ال NFT نفسه او الماركت بليس نفسه جزء من الابليكيشن. او ده اللي رايان قاله ان ده حل من الحلول المقترحة يعني. ايه كمان؟ كان في حاجة حلوة برضو حد اقترحها بالنسبة لل NFT. ال NFT طبعا لو انتم متعرفوش، في ناس ممكن ما تكونش عارفة، مش بس صور. ال NFT حاجات كتيرة جدا بما فيها فيديوهات واوديو. يعني ممكن تنزل اغنية NFT، ممكن اعمل فيديو من الفيديوهات اللي انا بنزلها على اليوتيوب ده، اعمل اللايف اللي احنا قاعدين فيه ده، التسجيل ده اعمله NFT. فحد قال له ممكن نحط بلاي الميديا على الابليكيشن. يعني مثلا انت ال NFT بتاعك الاغنية، هتحط الاغنية ويبقى فيه زرار بلاي عشان تشغل الاغنية من على الابليكيشن. او مثلا تتفرج على فيديو. فراين قال له دي حاجة حلوة، فكرة حلوة فعلا، بس احنا لما بنيجي نعمل اي فيتشر او اي خاصية جديدة بنبص على هل الخاصية دي هتكون مميزة ولا لأ، هل الخاصية دي هتفيد الكوميونيتي ولا لأ، هل الخاصية دي هنعرف ان احنا نعملها ولا لأ. 3 حاجات. فدي على حسب كلامه هي هتكون حاجة برضو مميزة، بس في حاجات تانية أهم بمعنى أصح. ايه كمان؟ ثانية واحدة. next big move. اتسأل ايه الحاجة التانية اللي هتتعمل في السيف مون. الحاجة الكبيرة التانية اللي هتتعمل في السيف مون. جون قال بالظبط 3 كلمات: connect, compliance, accessibility. وبعد كده في وسط الكلام رايان قال سيف مون كونكت. انا كونكت كنت متوقع ان هي يبقى كونكت اللي هي كونكت على الدابس. يعني انت ممكن تكونكت على بانكيك سواب او على يوني سواب. هما ما قالوش. بس دي حاجه من الحاجات اللي انا مستنيها، لان رايان في الايميل اللي فات قال ان هما دي حاجه من الحاجات اللي شغالين عليها. فيا ريت تكون دي الخطوه الكبيره اللي جايه. compliance و accessibility دول يعني يترجموا ل100 مليون حاجة. compliance دي ان انت تبقى complied مع القوانين بتاعت بلاد مثلا، او ان انت يكون الابليكيشن بتاعك مظبوط، مفهوش غلطة، مفهوش اي خرم، مفهوش اي بجات. عايمة صراحة. accessibility دي ان هي تكون متاحة. accessibility برضه تترجم لحاجات كتيرة جدا. ان هي تبقى متاحة مثلا على اكتر من نظام تشغيل زي الاي او اس والاندرويد. مثلا ننزل لها ابلكيشن ويندوز وابلكيشن ماك، تبقى موجودة على الموبايل وتبقى موجودة على الكمبيوتر، على البراوزر. عادي بقى تنزلها ابلكيشن حتى على البلاي ستيشن لو عايز يعني. فاكسسبيليتي دي برضو كلمة واسعة، وكومبلاينس كلمة واسعة. اللي شدتني صراحة كونكت، واتمنى ان هي فعلا تكون الكونكت بتاع الدابس. معلش يا شباب، انا شايف الاسئلة وهبص عليها بعد ما اخلص. ما هو انا بدي النبذة دي دلوقتي، انا بس برضه عشان الافكار مش مترتبة ممكن تكون مش مختصرة قوي. هرتب كل حاجة وهعمل لكم فيديو ان شاء الله قريب يعني، او يعني اسف بس انا مش فاضي الفترة دي، ممكن قبل الويك اند ان شاء الله. وبمناسبة الناس اللي كانت بتسعى فلوكي انو، بعد اللايف هنزل الفيديو بتاع فلوكي انو، انا خلصته خلاص. show all tokens في ناس برضو كانت بتقول عايزين خاصية من الخاصيات ان انت يكون تشوف كل التوكنز بتاعتك موجودة على المحفظة بغض النظر عن البلوك تشين، يعني تشوف الكوينز اللي موجودة على بلوك تشين الايثيريوم والكوينز اللي موجودة على بلوك تشين باينانس. رايان قال له الفكرة دي حاجة من الحاجات اللي احنا بالفعل شغالين عليها، بس احنا بنشوف ايه احسن طريقة نشتغل عليها، لان وده فعلا الموضوع ممكن يلخبط. يعني مثلا انت عندك USDT، ابسط حاجة USDT موجود على كام بلوك تشين؟ لو مثلا USDT موجود على مثلا اللي موجودين على المحفظة اللي هم ال BNB او الباينانس سمارت تشين وال ERC20 الايثيريوم. فانت دلوقتي هيبقى فيه لخبطة ممكن تحصل، بالذات لما تدخل بلوك تشينز تانية، لان ال BNB والايثيريوم الاتنين واحد، الاتنين كوبي اصلا. يعني ال BNB عاملة كلون من البلوك تشين بتاعت الايثيريوم، فالاتنين واحد. بس هتيجي مثلا لبلوك تشين زي الترون مثلا، الادرس هيكون مختلف. يعني ال BNB والايثيريوم الاتنين المحفظه بتبقى بنفس الادرس، بس ال TRX بتكون الادرس بتاعها مختلف، البلوك تشين الادرس بتاعها مختلف. فهتيجي تحول حاجه TRC20، انت مثلا ممكن تبقى انت عايز تحولها TRC20 وتيجي تحولها العنوان، او انت عندك التوكن بتاعك TRC20 وممكن تحوله بالغلط للبيب 20، لان الاتنين طالعين قدامك وانت مش عارف انهي ويتلخبط. لكن الناس اللي ممكن تكون على التراست والت هي اللي حست بالموضوع ده اكتر. لو حد مفعل اكتر من توكن لنفس العملة هيحس بالموضوع ده. يعني حاجة تلخبط فعلا، لو انت مش فاهم انت بتعمل ايه هتتلخبط، وممكن طبعا اللخبطة دي بتخسر فلوس. في ناس خسرانة فلوس كتيرة جدا. ايه كمان؟ بنك ترانسفير عشان تشتري، في اوبشن بنك ترانسفير علشان تشتري. الاوبشن ده من على المحفظة دايركت. الاوبشن ده متاح دلوقتي في UK ويوروب، وشغالين عليها علشان تبقى موجودة في US، وهيجولنا قريب بأبديت على الموضوع ده. امتى الحرق هيتوقف؟ جون دلوقتي قال ان الحرق ملوش علاقة بامتى، هو ليه بعلاقة بامتى احنا هنوصل للحد اللي احنا عايزينه. يعني هما في بالهم سبلاي معين، واول لما يوصلوا للسبلاي ده هيوصلوا عنده الحرق. ما قالش امتى، ما قالش السبلاي كام، ما قالش اي تفاصيل. ده كل اللي قاله، احنا هنقفل او هنبطل حرق. الحرق مش مسألة وقت، مش مثلا يوم او يومين، لا ده لما نوصل للهدف بتاعنا هنبطل الحرق. وفي النهاية اتكلموا عن المحفظة اكتر، في ان هي هيبقى في مالتي والت، يعني هيبقى عندك اكتر من محفظة على نفس المحفظة، وهيبقى عندك نيو UI يوزر انترفيس، هيغيروا شكل الابليكيشن، ودارك مود كمان هينزل على المحفظة. الحاجات دي كلها هتنزل، وفي الابديت او الحاجات دي الدارك مود واللايت مود المفروض ان هي في الابديت اللي جاي. او لا سوري، اللايت مود والدارك مود هتبقى مع النيو UI مع الشكل الجديد بالكامل. وفي الابديت اللي جاي هيبقى فيه اللغات الجديدة، وممكن كمان نشوف معاها السكيورتي. بس ده سريعا كده كل حاجة اتقالت. وطبعا زي ما وعدتكم هعمل لكم فيديو، بس ده ممكن حتى ما يجهزش قبل الويك اند، قبل يوم الخميس او الجمعة، اعذروني معلش. تعالوا نبص كده سريعا على الأسئلة، واعذروني هما الأسئلة دي بس. آخر سؤال موجود اللي هو بتاع إبراهيم، مش هقدر أخد أسئلة أكتر من كده عشان أنا مضطر إن أنا أمشي. تعالوا نبص الأسئلة فين. محمد، موضوع التحويل من V2 عبر المحفظة من خلال زر يتم نشأه بعد التحديث بطريقة سهلة، صح، بس مش دي هتكون الطريقة الوحيدة، مش هتكون الطريقة الوحيدة على حسب كلامهم. هيبقى ده هتقدر ان انت تحول عن طريق المحفظة. افرض انت ما عندكش محفظة سيف مون، عندك تراست والت، عندك ميتا ماسك، مش حابب عندك في منصة مركزية. المنصات المركزية على الأغلب المنصات المركزية هي اللي المنصة نفسها هي اللي هتحول لك من V1 ل V2. بس لو منصة لا مركزية، انت لازم انت اللي تحول لنفسك. افرض ما عندكش محفظة السيف مون، هيكون في حاجة تانية ما اعلنوش برضو او ما قالوش ايه اللي هيحصل بالظبط. بس المفروض هيكون في طريقة تانية، بس الطريقة الأسهل طبعا يكون عندك محفظتك على السيف مون. ما علاقتها بالحرق يا خالد؟ هل هيبيعون كهرباء بالأرباح يشتروا عملة بالإحراق؟ معقولة؟ ما قالوش، بس دي فكرة حلوة وممكن تتطبق. الموضوع السؤال بتاعك يا مصطفى، علاقة الويند توربينز بالحرق، ما قالوش، بس فكرة حلوة فعلا وممكن تتطبق. بدنا فيديو مخصص عن اللقاء يا سام زي ما قلت لك ان شاء الله. متى التقليص يا جماعة؟ ما قالوش. شيبا انو do it same way as شيبا انو. انا ما اعرفش شيبا انو بيعملوا AMA الصراحة ولا لا. ممكن اعمل فيديو كمان على شيبا انو. انا وعدت الناس على فيديو كمان على شيبا انو لما يبقى فيه اخبار. بس انا عندي ظروف خاصة. انا يعني والله الناس حتى اللي على التليجرام عارفة انا كنت فين قبل اللايف ده. فعندي ظروف بس يا جماعة، صعب عليا الموضوع يعني. ربنا يكرم ان شاء الله، ان شاء الله هحاول. انا مش فاهم دلوقتي. تقريبا كوينز كتيرة، عملة NFTs، ايه اللي هيميز سيف مون عن شيبا عن ريرابل؟ ال NFTs مش بس الارت. شيبا لحد دلوقتي الشيبوشيز بتاعتهم دي NFT ارت. ريرابل برضو NFT ارت. ال NFTs مش ارت بس، ال NFT اي حاجة لا تستبدل. رقم بطاقتك ده NFT، ممكن يتعمل NFT ويتسجل على البلوك تشين. اسمك يتعمل NFT ويتسجل على البلوك تشين. فصيلة دمك، حاجات كتيرة جدا. عقد ملكية لشقق، عقد ملكية العربية، كل الحاجات دي لو ممكن ان انت فعليا تسجلها على ال NFT وتبقى متسجلها على تسجلها ك NFT على البلوك تشين، واللي يبقى معاه التوكن ده وصيتك، وصية الموت قبل ما تموت، ربنا يدينا ويديك طولة العمر، ممكن تبقى تتسجل NFT وتتورث. فال NFT مش بس ال NFT art. ده اسهل حاجة او اسهل ابلكيشن NFT، وهو اكتر واحد منتشر بس مش الوحيد. هل هم يعملوا كل الكلام اللي انا قلته ده؟ مش شرط، بس يعني كذا مرة جوني يتكلم على اكتر من حاجة. اتكلم على موضوع الوصية ده، واتكلم على موضوع البطاقة. ف مش عارفين هم هيبتدوا، هم ابتدوا شغل في ال NFT في مون كرافت واللعبة بتاعتهم. بس لسه ما نعرفش بالظبط ايه اللي هيحصل. عايزين فيديو على فيج توكن بليز. صراحة يا ابراهيم ما اعرفش عنها حاجة، وللأسف والله يا جماعة أنا ببقى فعلا نفسي أجاوب على كل الأسئلة، ونفسي أعمل لكل فيديو، لكل سؤال ولكل عملة فيديو، بس مش دايما يبقى عندي وقت. فهبقى كداب صراحة يا إبراهيم لو قلتلك إن أنا هقدر أعمل عنها فيديو. مش حاجة علشان في اوريدي فيديوهات كتيرة جدا في الليستة، فعقبال لما أوصلها هبقى كده أنا يعني بحنسك على الفاضي او وعدتك، وعقبال لما اوصل لها ممكن اصلا اكون نسيت. انا اسف، اعذرني. مش عايز اوعد واخلف بوعدي، بس مش اكتر. الف شكر على مجهودك. العفو يا ابراهيم، والف شكر ليكم كلكم، الناس اللي حاضره، الناس اللي مكمله معانا لحد دلوقتي. شكرا 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 شكرا. استودعكم الله يا شباب، ادعوا لي ربنا يوفقني واشوفكم الفيديو الجاي ان شاء الله. مع السلامه يا شباب، تصبحوا على خير.